think my last question has to do with a comment that you made earlier on about the state of our economy and how it's in transition, and this need to teach the method to more and more people, and to spread thousands of flowers. I think you've said in another interview that there's this trend of democratizing entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Are you convinced that democratizing it is a good thing?
I think we've had a several hundred-year experiment with democracy, and mostly the country goes forward when we actually put that word into practice in most areas, and we tend to fall back when we get frightened or get parochial about our philosophies. I am more and more convinced that particularly now it's an election year, and people use the word innovation and they use the word jobs, but it's like step one, innovation. Step three, jobs. And you kind of go, well, what's step two? How do I turn that? Well, step one, innovation. Step three, job. And I'm trying to say, no. We now actually have step two. Let me explain to you how we could actually do this on Main Street. And so one of the things that I've been working with some people in Washington is not only how to spread customer development, the Lean Launchpad class, the Startup Owners Manual kind of text to science and engineering in the United States, because there's a pile of untapped resources. But my ultimate goal is I think it's easily applicable to how do we start restaurants or database consultants or dry cleaners or whatever. Gee, what if before you invested in a restaurant, you actually figured out whether you like to run one or whether there were customers? That is, I think we've cracked the entrepreneurial code in general. That's a large claim, and let me refine it. We now know how to make companies, startups, fail less. I will now claim we know how to do that. I can't tell you we know how to make them succeed more, but I can tell you we could probably crank down the infant mortality across a portfolio of not only technology startups, but probably restaurant startups or dry cleaner startups or whatever else we want to do in the United States by just teaching people to ask a simple set of questions. And the nice part is it doesn't require a PhD to figure this out. I think anybody could. I've taught this to junior high school students, and you know what? They get this. Just a slightly different way of thinking than what we used to teach in business school. And so, yes, I think this could have an amazing effect on the U.S. economy. If, again, we circle back to, if we believe that job growth will be connecting this idea of innovation and jobs with a simple process that says, oh, you mean I don't need to raise 50 grand for my cousin before I start this? No, why don't you take out your credit card, we're going to spend $1,000, and here are some experiments we're going to run before you start your business. And you might be out $1,000, but you're certainly not going to blow 50 grand and have to go into chapter 7 or 11 to start this small business.